He stopped by Thomas and grinned at the archers and their women. "You look different, young Thomas," he said happily, but then looked down and saw Will Skeet sitting like a child with his head bound by the blue scarf. "Will?" the Earl said in puzzlement. "Sir William?" Skeet just sat. "He was cut through the skull, my lord," Thomas said. The Earl's bombast fled like air from a pricked bladder. He slumped in his saddle, shaking his head. "No," he protested. "No, not Will." He still had a bloody sword in his hand, but now he wiped the blade through the mane of his horse and pushed it into the scabbard. "I was going to send him back to Brittany," he said. "Will he live?" No one answered. "Will!" the Earl called, then clumsily dismounted from the clinging saddle. He crouched by the Yorkshireman. "Will? Talk to me, Will." "He must go to England, my lord," Father Hob said. "Of course," the Earl said. "No," Thomas said. The Earl frowned at him. "No?" "There is a doctor in Caen, my lord." Thomas spoke in French now. "And I would take him there. This doctor works miracles, my lord." The Earl smiled sadly. "Caen is in French hands again, Thomas," he said, "and I doubt they'll welcome you." "He will be welcome," Sir Guillaume said, and the Earl noticed the Frenchman and his unfamiliar livery for the first time. "He is a prisoner, my lord," Thomas explained, "but also a friend. We serve you, so his ransom is yours, but he alone can take Will to Caen." "Is it a large ransom?" the Earl asked. "Vast," Thomas said. "Then your ransom, sir," the Earl spoke to Sir Guillaume, "is Will Skeet's life." He stood and took his horse's reins from an archer, then turned back to Thomas. The boy looked different, he thought. Looked like a man. He had cut his hair, that was it. Chopped it, anyway. And he looked like a soldier now, like a man who could lead archers into battle. "I want you in the spring, Thomas," he said. "There'll be archers to lead, and if Will can't do it, then you must. Look after him now, but in the spring you'll serve me again, you hear?" "Yes, my lord." "I hope your doctor can work miracles," the Earl said. Then he walked on. Sir Guillaume had understood the things that had been said in French, but not the rest, and now he looked at Thomas. "We go to Caen?" he asked. "We take Will to Dr. Mordecai," Thomas said. "And after that?" "I go to the Earl," Thomas said curtly. Sir Guillaume flinched. "And Vexil, what of him?" "What of him?" Thomas asked brutally. "He's lost his damned lance." He looked at Father Hob and spoke in English. "Is my penance done, Father?" Father Hob nodded. He had taken the broken lance from Thomas and entrusted it to the king's confessor, who had promised that the relic would be taken to Westminster. "You have done your penance," the priest said. Sir Guillaume spoke no English, but he must have understood Father Hob's tone, for he gave Thomas a hurt look. "Vexil still lives," he said. "He killed your father and my family. Even God wants him dead." There were tears in Sir Guillaume's eye. "Would you leave me as broken as the lance?" he asked Thomas. "What would you have me do?" Thomas demanded. "Find Vexil. Kill him." He spoke fiercely, but Thomas said nothing. "He has the Grail," the Frenchman insisted. "We don't know that," Thomas said angrily. God and Christ, he thought, but spare me. I can be an archer's leader. I can go to Caen and let Mordecai work his miracle, and then lead Skeet's men into battle. We can win for God, for Will, for the king, and for England. He turned on the Frenchman. "I am an English archer," he said harshly, "not a knight of the Round Table." Sir Guillaume smiled. "Tell me, Thomas," he said gently, "was your father the eldest or a younger son?" Thomas opened his mouth. He was about to say that of course Father Ralph had been a younger son, then realized he did not know. His father had never said, and that meant that perhaps his father had hidden the truth, as he had hidden so many things. "Think hard, my lord," Sir Guillaume said pointedly. "Think hard, and remember, the Harlequin maimed your friend, and the Harlequin lives." I am an English archer, Thomas thought, and I want nothing more. But God wants more, he thought. But he did not want that burden. It was enough that the sun shone on summer fields, on white feathers and dead men, and that Hookton was avenged.
That was Harlequin by Bernard Cornwell, read by Sean Barrett. We do hope you have enjoyed listening to this Chivers audiobook.